In the time of 3000 BC, agriculture strengthened around the oases. The climate became drier. The Sumerians considered these lands paradise and called them Dilmun, from the Arabic paradise. Some historians believe that Dilmun is a whole state with its capital in the city of Bahrain. It lasted until the first millennium BC. Later, in the 1st and 2nd centuries BC, on the territory of the modern United Arab Emirates lived ancient Semitic tribes from which the ancient Arab people later formed. Foreign trade, which is clearly the engine of the development of civilization, flourished in later periods. Its development was also triggered by the domestication of camels at the end of the 2nd millennium BC. At the same time, a unique irrigation system was invented, falaj, which is used in the territory of the modern Emirates to this day. This gives another impetus to the development of agriculture. The chronicles of the time of Darius the Great, 521 to 486 BC, mention the territory of Mak, modern territory of the UAE and Oman, included in the Persian Empire by the end of the 6th century BC and ruled by the Persian satrap. The inhabitants of Maki took part in the battles of Persian Empire and were described as a people in short robes and short swords. Such swords were found during some excavations in Jebel Hafid, Rumeli, and Al-Qusais. Alexander the Great could not pass by such attractive territories located on important trade routes, and in the 1st century BC, Greek colonies appeared on the territory of the Arabian Peninsula. Ports and the cities were built. The Greeks were interested in restoring trade relations between the Persian Gulf and the Mediterranean Sea. Until now, during excavations, a large number of Greek and Greek-like coins are found. In the 3rd century BC, the territory of the southeast coast came under the influence of the Parthian kingdom. At the same time, the migration of the Arabs began from the continent part to the peninsula to the shores of the Persian Gulf. In the 1st century AD, the territory of the modern UAE became an important sea transit point. There is evidence supporting the important role of the port of Oman, most likely modern Al Quwain, located on the trade route from Syria to southern Iran and further to India. This road was an alternative road through the Red Sea that was used by the Romans. Dibba was considered another important port at this time, where even traders from China sailed. Pearls have always been a commodity in the region, but it was at the beginning of the 1st century AD that the pearl trade reached new heights. With the fall of the Parthian Empire in the 6th century AD, the coast of the UAE became part of the Sassanid Empire, which lasted until it was absorbed by the Arab Caliphate in the 7th century. Before the emergence of Islam in the territory of the modern Emirates, Christianity and Hinduism were spread on the Arabian Peninsula. Chronicles claim that several churches and monasteries were built here. The ruins of one of the monasteries were discovered on the island of Sir Bani Yas.